Today in the lab we're going to go over the importance and the foundational skill of being able to lay out a 2x4 wall. Well, it could be any wall, it could be 2x6, but so today we're going to lay out walls 16-inch on center. What that means is that every 16 inches for our length of our wall, we're going to have a stud. So if we start, for beginners, this is going to be an interior partition, so we'll just have one stud on the outside of the wall. This would be a very simple wall between two rooms. So it'd be an interior wall. Alright, so we would lay it out from the left to the right. And see right here, I'm on 16-inch on center. So I know I've got a stud that's going to sit right on top of that. So I make an X. And then the easiest way to do it is come off and take 3/4 off the 16th. So if I'm at, that would be 15 1/4. And the reason I'm doing that, you see the 16, and if I take 3/4 off, that's going to be 15 1/4. The reason I'm doing that is because the thickness of this 2x4 is 1.5 inches. And half of that is 3/4 inches. So if I lay this out, just like I've done here, I always put an X where the stud's going. That way if I look down and I see the plate and I see an X, I know I've got a, after the studs are put in, I know I've got a problem because I have not put the stud in the correct place. That doesn't sound like that would, it sounds like that'd be hard to do, but it's really pretty easy if you don't keep everything straight. So I measure through, I say about 16-inch. I'm going to be, the next one will be at 32. And this tape is laid out all the way through. Everywhere there's a red mark, that is laying out to be on 16-inch on center. So the other two common measurements we would have would be if we were going to lay a wall out 24-inch on center. That would be an extremely non-load bearing, maybe just a little, basically a partition wall. The certain problems that can come about from only laying it out 24-inch on center. 16 is the most common. We could use a 12-inch on center if we were in a basement in residential. You have to lay those out 12-inch on center because those are carrying so much load. It's from the so the weight of the structure is on that. So they kind of double those up and lay those out at 12-inch on center because that's the more of them that you'll have. So if I come in, I've come in and laid this out 16-inch on center. I take off 3/4 of an inch and mark my bird's mouth, mark my line, use my speed square, which is a very handy tool. Every carpenter always has one of these in their tool pouch. And here I'm just using this as a line to come across. Then once we're finished, you could lay this out just like I did here. Most of the time that you're doing this, you're laying it out on the ground. And I will come in, keep them straight, move them apart, and I would put a stud between these two. So if I'm 8-foot high wall, it'd be an 8-foot stud, and 9-foot high, 9-foot stud, 10-foot, 10-foot stud, and so on. Even if I was building something shorter, maybe I'm building a little shed behind the house and the walls are not the same. So anyway, that's the way that you would lay out your top plate and the bottom plate of a wall.